Bring us in, babe.
Welcome to
Coco Caliente. Today was a fun day, and yesterday... Actually, wait. Yesterday
was a fun day.
Was an interesting day and a fun day. So we went to go build a snowman.
Mm-hmm.
And what was that, babe?
It was all fluffy, so it wasn't packing snow. And we got all bundled up and did not check the snow before we went out there. And so it kind of was a fail.
Yeah, so for people that don't live in a snow area, so it could snow, but that doesn't mean you can just build a snowman and do snowball fights. Like the snow will just crumble. It's just fluff.
Yeah, we had like 8 inches. There was a ton of snow.
Yeah, there was a lot of snow. And it had building up for a couple days, too. We just got 8 inches yesterday, and then the day before that, there was more and more and more. It
was like your perfect snow day Sunday. It was a blizzard. You really couldn't do anything. We had to cancel. Couldn't even get, our grocery pickup.
Yeah.
So it was kind of nice to be like, what can we do today? What can we waste time on today?
And then what did you want to waste time with, baby?
I wanted to learn a line dance.
So Nicole comes up to me with these ideas, and I'm just like...
He's annoyed.
I mean, if you really want to do that, we'll do that, but I don't really want to do that.
Because there's no other time that I would get Victor to even try to do a line dance with me, but it was like a blizzard outside. We had to do something inside. We really didn't have plans for the day. So...
And this is like a full-on choreographed dance, right? It's not just like, you do 3. It's not like the cha-cha slide or something where it tells you what to do.
It's only 4 counts of 8, but it's very tricky, and it was okay. So I was in dance since I've been 3 years old until I graduated high school, and I did kick line, the opening, the ending. I was a very decent dancer. I won awards, so I'm just saying I can catch on.
Oh wow!
No, I can catch on to
award-winning dancer.
No, but anyways, it was I can catch on, but. It was very difficult. I don't know if it didn't go with this. You're a good dancer.
It was very difficult for me as well. I've never done really choreographed
That was
dance,
harder than the dance we learned in Vietnam.
Yeah, it was definitely harder. So anyway, long story short, we made a video of it, and the end, when we thought it was the big hoorah,
my gosh,
we're going to get this.
Embarrassing.
We're not dancers. Let's just preface it with
Victor,
that.
But Victor, you are a very good dancer.
I'm a good improvising dancer, I guess. I can...
No, you'd be good choreographed, too. This was just I think, we watched a YouTube video that had, 800 views only.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know, he was great. I said, wow, he's really great. But the explaining was not good. And we had no mirror.
Yeah. Not having a mirror, I think, really did us in.
And we only practiced for, 2 hours.
Yeah. Well...
only 2 hours.
Yeah, a lie. But...
No, we did, but...
Anyway, we got it on video. Nicole uploaded the video. So if you're intrigued at all, go to Nicole's Instagram and
You're
go see it.
You're in for a treat.
You're in for a treat, for sure.
It's so bad.
On a completely side note, and why we're here today, we have a wonderful guest that was on Nicole's first season of Big Brother.
He was America's favorite. He has a beard. He is from North Carolina.
And he goes by the name of Donny Thompson. Yes, so it's we have a good time with him. It's nice catching up. I think it's more so nice catching up with people that, kind of did their thing on TV and now go back to their normal life kind of thing. Yeah,
and it's so weird because Donny and I haven't talked a lot, but I feel like he's a really good friend.
Yeah.
Because you have that special bond, and he's someone that, I would never... I always hope the best for him, and he hopes the best for me, and if we met up, it would be dude,
just picking up where you left off.
Best friends.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Yeah, that's a good feeling. So we really hope you guys enjoy this conversation.
Hi, Donny.
Hello.
Hey there. Hey there, Victor.
How's it going?
It's going pretty good. Yeah, I got a day off. I'm just doing nothing, playing with kitty cats.
You sound just like Nicole, which I've talked about many times before on this podcast. I find myself in a conundrum with her because she likes to feed all the stray cats here. Are you the same? Do you like to feed all the stray cats in your area?
There's 9 of them right now, and the old strange daddy cat. See, he came around, and then we had a couple sets of kittens, and then. We got them all fixed, but now the daddy comes around every once in a while. We said he's on visitation.
You got kittens? I'm jealous.
Well, they're a little bit bigger now. We still call them kittens. They're probably about 2 months old. They ain't fully grown. They still like to play.
That's so cute.
Tell them about your kittens, babe.
No, I think all of mine are males. So they, I have like the tomcats. There's only 3, and so they can't get pregnant, and I wish they could.
We've got the mama cat that's fixed. We've got like this old aunt cat that's fixed. And out of the 5 kittens, we've only got 1 more girl. So we got to get her fixed, but she's got to be a certain age before you get her fixed. So,
okay.
So we just don't feed a bunch of stray cats. We actually get them fixed. We just got 1 more to get. But I walk them like dogs.
Really?
There's a horse pasture behind my mama's house. And I'll go down there and walk around, and they'll follow me everywhere. And if there's a tree fell, we'll climb up on it. You would think they was at the playground playing. Then when we get done, we walk home, and they all follow me home. It's the craziest thing. It's like walking a dog.
That's so cute.
If you would one day just take a video of this and send it to Nicole, because that would really make her day.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I've got 2 videos. I'll send you when we hang up.
Okay.
We was down there walking, and the mama cat found a green snake.
Oh. And you're in which Carolina?
I'm in North Carolina in Albemarle. It's near Charlotte, like where the Carolina Panthers and the Charlotte Hornets. We're about an hour northeast of Charlotte.
Okay, so let's start there. So you're originally from there?
I was born and raised. I'm at my mama's house right now. I live alone in the city limits, in a little bitty house that was on Big Brother, in the little yellow house when they came and got me, when they kidnapped me. But since I am alone, if I'm off, I'll come up here and hang out at my mom and dad's, because
Right.
If I was at home right now, it'd be like being sequestered in a hotel all by yourself. So I'd rather come up here and have somebody to hang out with.
For sure.
Okay, that's awesome. And so for people, our listeners that may not know, right? Because we have a lot of Big Brother listeners and some not. You were on Big Brother. You were on the season originally with Nicole, season 16.
Yeah, I was on Nicole's best season.
Yeah.
and so what was your life like before? Like what were you doing before Big Brother?
Well, my life's really not it really ain't changed. I've got OCD, and I do my little rituals, and I work and hang out with family, and it's really not changed a lot. Unless I just go out of the way, I might meet somebody that's never seen me before, and then I can go back in Big Brother mode. It's like, oh my God, you're Donny from Big Brother, and I was like, yeah, I am. So it's not changed a lot.
Okay, that's awesome. So small town living. What do you do for work right now?
All right. Before I was a groundskeeper for Cabarrus County Schools, and then I did not get my job back. I was gone so long, and so when I came back, they said, I didn't have a job to come back to. I was like, oh, brother. So I went and become a custodian for a while.
Gotcha.
And I've got a job again. I'm like a groundskeeper / maintenance worker at Stanley Community College. It's 5 minutes from my house.
Oh,
so they actually
awesome.
done me a favor. Yeah. I was driving to another county like 45 minutes. And now it's the same state benefits, same retirement. Everything is the same. It's just instead of driving 45 minutes, I drive 5 minutes.
Hey, that's awesome. That's a blessing in disguise.
Absolutely. They done me a favor.
So Nicole and I are going on this back and forth now with this new game that we bought. It's an app on the games on the App Store. It's called Best Fiends, and it's a puzzle game. So Nicole and I are really into puzzles, and it really starts, making your mind work a little harder, opposed to just, running around or whatever.
Fun fact, when I went on Big Brother 18, I did little games like this to make my brain more inteligente.
Intelligence in Spanish? Inteligente?
Inteligente.
The game's called Best Fiends. And basically you're helping bugs get past slugs, but that's kind of like, but you're not really doing that part of it, you know what I mean? You're solving these puzzles to get through the next level. And Nicole and I, we're going back and forth now, and she's going to get ahead of me because tomorrow
I am ahead of him. I already am ahead of you.
But I'm saying tomorrow you're going to get more ahead because I'm going to be driving for 3 hours, and what are you going to be doing?
Okay, well, beating you.
Exactly. So
it's a casual game that anyone can play. It is made for adults, but you can spend as little or as much time as you want in the game. So yeah, like Vic said, I'm kicking his butt right now. I'm doing a lot better. There's so many unique and exciting puzzle experiences that are different because you can connect them You can connect them all the way across the board. If you download
Zigzag, down, backwards.
If you download it, you'll see what I'm saying. But it's fun because there's so many possibilities and it is super different.
And they update the game monthly with new levels and events so it never gets old. So it's like the Best Fiends really treats the game like a service to their players. So it's a lot of fun. And you don't even need internet to play. So you know how
That's
sometimes...
super cool.
Yeah, how sometimes when you're traveling, you have no internet and it says, oh, you can't play the game. It's like, no, this game you can still play.
You can play on the plane, subway, wherever you want. And honestly, the bug is so freaking cute. Did you notice? I'm just like, oh, he's so cute. And like the way he talks is so cute.
Yeah.
There's over 100 million downloads.
Oh, wow, yeah.
There's multiple 5-star rated. I mean, it's 5-star rated.
Yeah.
And
for having that many downloads.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
So download Best Fiends, and it's spelled Fiends.
It's friends without the R.
Yep. Free on the Apple App Store or Google Play. And that's friends without the R. Best Fiends. Good luck.
So for you, I guess we'll get to Big Brother. What was, were you a big fan of the show?
Oh, yeah. I used to say super fan, but I had to learn that I wasn't a super fan.
Same. Like, we didn't have Twitter. We weren't like...
Yeah.
We realized that, okay, just watching the show is not a super fan.
No, I only watched the show. Never had watched live feeds. I might have caught a After Dark at night, but that's actually too late for me. But I had watched every season. I watched every season of Survivor, every season of The Real World, every season of The Challenge. I moved out when I was 21. That was like 1992, and I got Cablevision for the first time, and I started watching these reality shows, and I'm like, oh, my God. I would watch reruns and wonder while I was watching. I'm like, why am I watching this? But I couldn't turn it. So, and I even sent a video in for The Real World. It was like The Real World Seattle or something like that. And they even sent me some paperback saying, they didn't get me. So I guess it was good that they didn't, because then I got on Big Brother.
Yeah. And I remember something with your Big Brother tape. Did you do it? Was it when were you sitting on the toilet or something when you did it?
I was. The girlfriend Christine had watched 2 seasons with me, 14 and 15, and then Julie Chen sent in the video, and so we procrastinated, and it was like November, and I always grow a little beard in the winter just to block the wind off of me, and so I had started my beard. I didn't have this long beard, so we was in her bathroom, and I got to thinking, I was like, at my age, I've got to do something a little different because they get so many videos. I said, well, the light is better in the bathroom. I said, let me sit on the toilet. And then we kind of wrote some bulletins on a poster and put behind her. So if I needed to think of something else to say, I could look at it. And I told her, she didn't know what I was going to do. I said, when I get done, I'm going to say, bye, Big Brother, and like, thank you and stuff, and I'll tell you to cut it off, but hesitate. So when I done that, I stood up, pulled my britches up, flushed the toilet, just to let them know I was on the toilet.
That's so funny. And that probably definitely caught their attention, for sure.
I'm sure it wasn't the beard. I'm sure it was either the toilet or the accent one.
Right. Well, what's funny, and I just listen to little things, and I like how down to earth, and I'd say a little country you are, because britches. I don't hear that often, or that you actually grew a beard for necessity because of the wind in the winter, not just for looks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think that's awesome. I think that's really cool.
I'm very practical. Everything almost has a reason.
And so after you sent that video, how long after did they contact you, and did you think it was like fake? Were you like, oh my God, this might actually be happening?
Okay. It was like in the beginning of November. All right, that girlfriend had broke up with me. That same one that got back with me, she had broke up with me. So she hated a long beard. She was from up north. She hated a long beard. So I just let that little beard get long just for spite. And so it was like the end of March. And I got a call, and, I'm not a big cell phone person. It was just a work phone, and it said Northern Los Angeles on it. And so I thought it was a telemarketer. So for a telemarketer, I always pour the accent even on heavier, like, hello, just to play with them. And then when they said they was from Big Brother, it took me a while, like, and then I was like, well, maybe it is.
Oh, that's
So then
awesome.
they wanted to Skype with me, and I had to tell him, I'm like, fella, I don't look like I did. I got a big old long beard. And he was like, well, that's okay. And then when he Skyped with me, I was like, it's going to get warm here, and I'm going to cut it off. They said, please don't cut it off right yet. Let me get back with you. I'm like, all right. And then they kept dragging me along like, congratulations, you're top 100, you're top 50.
Yeah.
And then you keep wondering, and then you get a call and say, well, you're top 25. We would like to send you to California. I'm like, shoot, yeah, let's do it.
And so did your parents, did they watch Big Brother? Did they know what Big Brother was?
No, they've never been a big TV person. All their life, they went to church, and they wasn't a big fan of TV. In recent years, getting older, they like to watch the news, which I call the snooze because they'll sleep through it. But no, they didn't watch it yet. They said the night I was evicted that they was going to watch me be evicted, but something happened around here, and the CBS went down. They was like, well, it must be right in the streets of Alabama, but it wasn't like that. It was just a fluke that CBS went down, so they didn't even get to see me get evicted. So
what was it like just even explaining to them what you're about to do? You know what I mean? For somebody that doesn't watch TV, a little bit older, like, hey, I'm about to be... It was hard. Yeah, it was hard. And they didn't want me to do it. And, I kept saying, it ain't going to hurt anything. I was like, I'll be on my best behavior, and, there's cameras all around, and, everybody, I'll be on their best behavior, which they wasn't, but, I was a grown man. I was 42 years old. So,
You did. You were on your best behavior. You got America's favorite player.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
You did really good.
I appreciate it. I didn't even have to try that hard. I just, just kind of sat back and let everybody else have the spotlight. And,
Yeah.
Well,
I didn't have to.
No, go ahead.
I didn't have to watch what I said a whole lot because, there was so many people talking. I didn't get no word in edgewise. You remember how loud it was that first day? It was overwhelming.
I wanted to quit. So I was just like, I don't think I can handle this. This is not my normal atmosphere. How am I going to?
Joey and Frankie was so loud. It was so overwhelming.
Yeah, no, it really was. It was.
And
crazy.
people says, "What about the cameras? What do you think?" Well, it was so much distraction. You didn't think about the cameras for a while, did you?
Nope, you didn't. It was 16 was like such a different experience than 18, and I say that all the time. But I think it was because it was my first time in there too, and just taking it all in. It was, and you and I are both from a very small town, and we're kind of quieter, and so for us, I think we kind of had the same experience going in, and we're just kind of like, what did we get ourselves into? It's exciting, but oh no, am I ever going to even be on the air? Because I didn't speak for 11 days, and I don't think you really spoke much either. Did you, Donny?
Only in the diary room. You remember, I was in there for hours at a time.
You were.
In the beginning, it was so weird too. It was like, I'm 42 years, I've talked to people face to face, and then here you are in there, and it's pitch black, and there's no one. You're not talking to no one's face. I thought it was the weirdest thing. Mm-hmm. But then forward wind 70 days, that was your comfort zone. I would rather been in the diary room because they wasn't out to get. Is that way you was? I was more comfortable in there because these other people were out to get me, the people, it was like, man, I wish they'd come into the diary room because they ain't out to get me.
And you could tell just how they talked to you in the diary room that they were so comforting. Yeah. And they could tell by the look on my face if I felt like, oh my gosh, I scared or whatever. So yeah, it was super comforting. They were so great in the diary room.
Yeah. Especially the couple of those girls. Mm-hmm. I remember the day that Christine was going to throw that competition in the black box, and I was sitting out there alone, and I was thinking, there's nothing I can do if she throws it. They're going to get me out, and a little tear came down my cheek, and they must have zoomed in on that booger because they called me to the diary room immediately. Mm-hmm. Then they kind of hyped me up a little bit, saying, Frankie done it. You think you can do it? I'm like, well, I might. So
and you did.
I went out and started sweeping the house to get all pumped up. Yeah.
So I am very, very picky about my bras and underwear. I'll be straight up honest with you. I like comfort over sexy. But Third Love has very comfortable things, and they have sexy things if that's something you're interested in. So they have bras in over 80 sizes, so double A, including half cups, bands 30 inches to 48 inches, all made, is it inches?
Has to be.
Well, I don't know. I just know I'm like a 32, but I don't know, I guess, really if that's inches or whatever that is.
I don't know. I think it's inches.
Anyways, they have no-slip straps. They have the deep V if that's something that you wear. They have strapless, scratch-free bands. They have ones without wires, which are dream come true.
For me, I obviously, I'm not a bra person or anything like that. But what I do like about this company is that they give back. Mm-hmm. So Third Love donates all of their gently used return bras to women in need, supporting charities in their local San Francisco Bay Area and across the United States. And so far, Third Love has donated over $15 million in bras.
I love that. It's amazing. Actually really fun and takes less than a minute to complete a quiz that you can find your perfect fit in 60 seconds, because it's always what do I wear, what size do I wear. Breast shape matters, and that's something that is new with this company because that's not something that's usually asked. Every customer has 60 days to wear their bra, wash it, put it to the test. If you don't like it, then you can just return it. Super easy. And that's when Vic was saying they'll donate it to somebody in need. Mm-hmm. So if you're interested in finding a perfect bra or knowing someone that's looking for a perfect bra, right now they're offering our listeners 15% off your first order. So go to thirdlove.com/Coco, COCO, now to find your perfect fitting bra and get 15% off your first purchase. That's thirdlove.com/Coco for 15% off today. So on 16, for people who maybe didn't see it, it was where America could vote for, what were you guys, America's?
Team America.
Team America. So you are one of the people on Team America. So right away, how did that feel? That was before, that was basically based on our cast photo. So kind of by
that was week 1.
Looks almost. So they picked you, Joey, and then Frankie. So how did it feel to know, okay, America already likes me?
Yeah, I mean, it was some good insight, because from day one you're wondering how you're perceived. Yeah. So that was a little bit cheating to let you know that you were liked enough, or you was at least a curiosity enough for them to vote for you. And then at that point, I wasn't getting anti-people votes. Like toward the end, I might have got some anti-people votes, but in the beginning, I got all votes off myself. Mm-hmm. So it made me feel good. Yeah, and I could understand about Joey. She had the blue hair and lots of fun and lots of energy. Mm-hmm. And I remember going in there and getting a card, and it was just I was like, wow, I don't know how I feel about this. It's really good. And then I wondered how it would affect my game. You're constantly thinking about stuff like that. It's like, how am I going to keep this secret? Is someone else going to blow my cover since there's more people in it? And
now it makes so much sense because you and I, we never, I don't know why we didn't have a solid alliance, but I think we were both so scared of everything. So when I was HOH, I remember one time you're looking at me, you're I wanted to put up Derek, and we knew he was running the house, but you're we were both HOH, and you're I can't do it, but you can. And so then
I was pushing for you too. Yeah.
And I just I think I thought, how you're supposed to think everyone's out to get you. I just thought, okay, Donny wants me to get all the blood on my hands, but really you guys were on Team America together. Yeah. So you couldn't.
Yeah. I couldn't because we was getting paid to work together. We was getting $5,000 per mission. So I couldn't, but I knew that he should go. Yeah. So I was pushing for you. But see, with that big alliance, the reason we didn't we worked together somewhat.
Yeah, we did.
Even me and Jocasta didn't talk a lot of game because that big alliance was so big, they infiltrated the non-alliance members. They had Brittany singing like a canary. They had everybody talking. So I was careful who I talked to because I know they would get it back to them. Yeah, the only person I trusted 100% was Hayden. So me and you worked together through Hayden. Yeah. Me and Cody and Zach kind of, coexisted through everything went through Hayden. because
But
they was terrified of me.
Hayden trusted Cody and Derek, remember?
Yeah.
And then he told them everything. So it just all blew up in our face. He trusted everybody. It was like,
I remember out in the backyard, it was just one-on-one with me and Hayden. And I was like, I just don't know about Derek. He said, no, man, he's cool, because Hayden stayed up with Cody and Zach and played pool all night long. So he really trusted Cody. And then I guess Cody pushed for Derek. So, I'm like, I wished you wouldn't trust him that much, but he did, and it's all right.
No, yeah.
So Donnie, for you, it was no secret that you were like the older person in the house. Was that, and as normally as we see in TV shows in general, the older people typically get out first for some reason or another. And I won't say it's for lack of like physical ability, because it's not always a physical challenge or anything like that. Were you nervous going in, thinking that, or were you just like, you know what, I'm just going to go and do my best not to get out,
Yeah, that was a selling point when I told my parents. I'm like, listen, I've watched this show. Older people usually go out first. I said, I'll go out there, spend a couple weeks, come back home. Hey, I've had a great experience. I was on one of my favorite TV shows, and that's, and then I was the target, but it wasn't my age that made me the target. It was, oh my Lord, I didn't have no hair on my legs. They thought I was a military special forces
Harvard law t-shirt he wore all the time.
If I was going to lie about being a Harvard professor, would I bring the shirt?
It's funny is that I didn't really watch any Big Brother before, but the one season I did watch was 16, and I thought that was hilarious when they were, maybe he's a Navy SEAL or something like that, or he was some undercover something another, and I was just like, wow, they really think that, and I guess you can get in that mind space really easy when you're like in constant paranoia.
Hey, Victor, how good of TV was Devin? Was he not amazing? I mean, he was making deals with me, shaking my hand in the storage room, going straight upstairs. I mean, according to the TV show, I was in there like telling a joke when they was doing like stretching and yoga. I told a joke, so he runs upstairs and tells Frankie and Derek and them that they got to get me out because I'm running court like a jester. It was great TV.
Yeah, no, he was something special for sure.
He was great TV.
He was great TV. It was wonderful. I love, and people always say, why can't they have 16 super fans? It would be boring in the beginning because we would all be sitting back, laying low, not doing nothing to make us a target, and it wouldn't be no fun. You have to have a certain amount of recruits that knows nothing what they're doing to get all gung-ho, like Joey was loud, Brittany was here and there. Devin was amazing. You just have to have certain amount of recruits to make it exciting.
Yep, for sure. I agree.
So you get through the show, right? You get out. You're about to see everybody on finale night. Do you have any hints of anything that you're going to be America's favorite?
Well, here, in the jury house, everybody thinks that we get to talk Big Brother. They think, so-and-so's telling so-and-so and going to have them to vote for someone. It's not like that. They watch us constantly. Now it makes more sense.
They were swimming. When you were in the pool, they were swimming behind you to make sure you weren't talking to anyone.
I would get frustrated because if I went out by myself, someone would follow me because I had the secrets. I had the Bold and the Beautiful, the Team America, the Amazing Race thing. So if I went out by myself, they would come out with me. And I was like, why are they following me? They ain't even nobody here I can talk with.
Because you got asked to be on the Amazing Race while you were inside there, right? And to be on the Bold and the Beautiful.
I had to go in a closet and talk on the cell phone, and they told me that they wanted me and Christine to do. They was going to have that couples season. It was like season 27 or 26. And I said, sure. And then a week later, I had to go back in the closet, and they told me that she had declined it. I guess she knew I lost my job, and she couldn't afford to lose hers. So remember, I was asking y'all questions about it. I was like, what is the Amazing Race? What do they do? And y'all was telling me things. That's why I was curious about it.
I never even caught on to that. I was done playing Big Brother once I was in the jury house. I was like,
oh, I wasn't. I was playing it until finale night. But in the jury house, me and Zach was in the pool one day, and he says, Donnie, you or me might have a shot at this America's Favorite. And I'm like, well, the only way we would is if Frankie makes it. And see, back then, second or first place couldn't get it. I don't know how Tyler done it. They must have changed the rules. But to my best knowledge, second, third winnings couldn't get America's Favorite. So I said, if Frankie makes it the second or first, one of us could get it. And then about that time, Frankie showed up to the jury house. We was like, well, there's no way we can get it, because his sister's probably got 20 million Twitter followers. So at that point, I didn't think we had a chance.
And I remember me and Zach in the jury house, he was like, I'm going to get America's Favorite. Like with this evil laugh. And I'm like, Zach, I'm going to beat you. And he's like, you won't even be in top 3, Nicole. Are you insane? Nobody even likes you. I was like fighting with him, but then.
He was just kidding.
I know. He loved to get under our skin. It was like, he was
great TV.
Oh, too. He was perfect TV. He was perfect TV.
Yeah. He was the best. I would say he was the most entertaining person of our cast.
Mm-hmm. Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Even though he went out that early, he was the most entertaining person.
Mm-hmm. So it's time for Victor and I to start registering for our wedding, which is
absolutely.
It's super exciting.
I need a TV, babe. Put a TV on there, some speakers.
Well, according to a recent Zola survey, 96% of couples think that planning their wedding is super stressful, which has 86% suffered from stress-induced symptoms like insomnia, breakouts, lower sex drive.
And then that's why Zola makes wedding planning easier and less stressful. With wedding websites, registry, invites, and a guest list manager, it's all in one place. They also offer free wedding designs for the website. It's really amazing.
They are the highest rated registry of all time. So you can register for gifts, experiences, and honeymoon funds. I know that's something that people are starting to do. Mm-hmm. You can add gifts from other stores. You can sync existing registries. So it's all in one place. Free shipping and returns, free and easy exchanges, 20% off post-wedding discount, price matching, group gifting. So many different things.
They literally do everything. And Zola has helped 1 million couples get married, and they'll help you too.
And they'll help you also collect the addresses and track online RSVPs with their free guest list manager. I know that can be a lot to handle on your own, so they'll help you.
Absolutely. So go to zola.com/Coco today and use promo code COCO to save 50. Oh. Use promo code SAVE50. Don't use the promo code COCO.
Oh, my God.
Use promo code SAVE50 to get 50% off. Oh, wow. To get 50% off your save the dates. I'm reading this for the first time, and I think that's an awesome deal. That's a lot of money.
Victor, we had this one a couple weeks ago.
I know, but it just hits me every time. That's a big discount.
Oh, it is. Hey, they can be $1,000.
Yeah, exactly. So you can also get a free personalized paper sample before you purchase, so you know you're getting what you want. Mm-hmm. So that's 50% off. Save the dates at zola.com/Coco using promo code SAVE50. So Donnie, you won America's Favorite. The show's over. And now you go from somebody, I'm presuming, right, because I don't know. I'm presuming you didn't have Instagram or
I didn't have
Twitter.
Nothing.
Exactly. So you don't have any of that. And now you see all these people talking about their Instagram and Twitter and stuff, and you're like, well, maybe I'll get that, right? And you get that, and now you have all these followers and everything. How does somebody like you that came from, country, old town living type deal, very humble, and then now you have all this attention on you? How do you cope with that or handle that?
It was a little odd to start with. It was like I didn't instantly get social media. It was probably like a couple months later, and a fan had made my account and turned it over to me.
Oh.
And then I really didn't know what to do with it. Maybe it said Merry Christmas. I didn't know what a hashtag was until Big Brother. I thought it was a tic-tac-toe. So,
I remember you saying that.
and then... my girlfriend took me to Las Vegas right after, even before I came home. And walking down the street, the first time that someone said, "Hey, Donny," and I turned and looked, and it was a stranger, was a weird feeling. All my life, when someone says your name, you know them. So that took some getting used to, of people just recognizing me that I didn't know. But then, really quickly you get used to that. So I transitioned pretty good that way. It was my brain was screwed up. Was y'all's like that? I mean, for at least 2 or 3 months.
What do you mean?
It like from the game, it was like, thank God that I did go to jury, because I think if I'd have went, many more days, I'd have been screwed up longer. It was like when I got back home, if a lot of people approached me, I would feel like my heart beating over my ear and my head. I'd feel a little bit panicky.
Okay, like it almost gave you like an anxiety of sorts.
Yeah. Even now, sometimes I may have this sad feeling, and I'm like, what in the world? I feel like this, but it don't happen as much anymore. But I think that's still a little bit of that big brother. It plays with your brain,
For
or
sure.
it did with mine.
Well, did it give you? Did it give you even more emotions when you saw the next cast of the next season go out?
Oh yeah, I remember. I think it was me and Nicole. We said we was emotional to watch someone go into our house. It's like, that is our house. Season 17. Hey, by the way, we had a great cast, but season 17 was a great cast as well.
Oh, you think so? Yeah.
I think it was almost a little cookie cutter. It was almost like our season. They were such great. So when I watched that first episode, it was like, that's our house. But then they had redecorated and had such bold personalities. I just got back into fan mode, just like season 15. It was like, wow, I missed watching Big Brother. This is good. So it wasn't as, it wasn't a feeling like I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I agree to disagree. I think that I have the nostalgia and all that and everything. I don't agree that 17 was a great cast. Because then I think 18 was great because I was on it.
Yeah.
So I'll say 16 was great, 17 took a lull, 18 was great.
For some reason, I always think that the even seasons just like do so good. I don't know what it is, but I feel like 20 was really great too. I felt like 20 was the closest thing to 16 ever.
Okay.
I don't know. Did you watch 20?
I watched them all. Yeah. 20. It kind of left a bad taste in my mouth when things was going Tyler's way, and then he showed up on that other reality show. It kind of like
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
made you scratch your head a little bit. Like, is he this lucky?
Right. Yeah.
It kind of like some seasons, you wonder how someone gets that lucky, and that made me a little suspicious. But it was probably coincidence. But as a fan, I had my right to think that.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And that's cool that you can get right into watching it like fan mode again. I feel like I can't ever watch it without kind of what's like the diary room. Like, what are they directing in the diary room? What are they asking? What are they? I guess I can just kind of see edits more. Do you know what I mean?
What are they persuading?
They're giving this person a good edit, but
100%.
So it's a little bit harder for me to get like right back into fan mode. But I still obviously love the show. Big Brother is my favorite thing ever in the entire world. But it's different now.
Yeah, there's a family that likes me to come over once a season and watch an episode with them. They won't let their kids talk or nothing. They kind of got it DVR'd. We'll stop and talk. And so somebody will be in the diary room and they'll say something outrageous, and they'll stop and they'll say, "What is it, Donny?" I said, "Fed line. It's a fed line." But it's not that they're just feeding us lines.
No,
people don't understand. They're not feeding us lines. It's just that we'll stumble for something to say, and these smart, educated people will put it in better words for us.
Exactly.
That's what I try to explain to people. Like, you'll say something kind of long-winded and that doesn't flow, and then they'll make it into like a one sentence, very flowy, impactful
and they'll just be
statement.
Like, do you
and
agree
is this,
with
yeah,
this?
do you agree with this statement?
What you're thinking?
Yes.
It's
not
they'll
like you're okay. Yeah,
it's not like just say this. Or like the puns on like the competitions or something. Like, I'm not that smart, so
I know.
They'll help me.
And it was daggone, I had a thought too about the diary room. It was just exciting. A lot of times, like I would say, it feels like I won the best beard contest in the county fair. That wasn't my thought, but they thought it was and it didn't affect. And there was one guy that wanted me real hokey. He would I think it was like a a Sunday night person. You know how they had different people do it, and he would say, "Can I get a yeehaw?" I'm like, "Listen, buddy," I said, "my family's watching this, and I'm hokey enough." And he's like, "Donny, you never have to say nothing you don't want to say." And I said, "I appreciate that." He said, "But can I get one yeehaw?" And I'm like, "God, no."
Yeehaw!
I remember you would you'd go to bed early in the Big Brother house, and you'd wake up early. There was times that they woke you up at 3 a.m. You had your contacts. You had your contacts out. You had your glasses on. You were so mad.
I was so mad, and that's where my thought was a while ago. Is people don't realize until you tell them, and then you can look at it on TV show and see how people's eyes and hair is. They wake you up in the middle of the. Most of the DRs are in the middle of the night. And I can explain because, like, if me and you sitting out in the backyard, they're not going to take me away from you because me and you might give them some footage for the TV show. We might give them something they need. So as soon as I go to bed, I'm not giving them nothing. So they don't mind waking you up. And then if they want you to give them something in the diary room, you're going to give them exactly what they want because you want to go back to bed.
Yeah, and then what happens is the production gets themselves in a pickle because they have to submit an episode by a certain time on a certain day, and they're like, we gotta put the story together really quick right now, so people are gonna stay up all night. Doing diary room sessions to tie the episode together.
It's amazing the storylines that they go through and how they figure everything out so well, and how they literally edit that stuff days, like a day before.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
or hours before. Depending.
I just can't even fathom how there's so much going on. There's 16 people in the house, 16 storylines, and they get it to line up, and they give everybody some airtime, and they figure out what the most dramatic. Oh my gosh, it's so great. I think that.
It's better than a computer, and it's real people. Right. I was thinking one day about like our first day in there. We all have individual mics. There's behind the walls has to be 16 people just listening to us. There has to be one person that listens to me because one person can't listen to two conversations. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I have to have someone assigned to me. And then, they probably have some individuals like with cameras that do that too. So there's a lot of people back there that people don't realize.
Yeah, it's one heck of a production.
That's so funny to think, like, I feel bad for some people that would have to just sit there and listen to, like, say, like, me just be annoying or something. Like they have no choice, but for the next 24 hours you have to listen to Nicole's voice.
And take down notes of anything that she says that's interesting.
Or Cody's baby talk.
Yeah, it's like anything. It's like... or like, who's like super crazy? I don't know. Even just like Zach. I bet Zach's people though loved it because it was so entertaining. They're probably like, okay, I'll give you money if you let me take Zach today.
Yeah, like, I'll take Zach because he'll sleep for 19 hours
true.
and get up and eat 2 pans of cookies.
That's true. For being the most entertaining of the season, he slept the most. Like
he slept, but then he got hyped up. He ate all them cookies, and then he got hyped, and he had those good sayings. He was great.
But now they don't let you take naps during the day, so he would have been a little bit. That would have been hard for him.
Yeah, but see, I think it's according to the season. I really do.
Oh, okay.
Our season gave them so much at night. All the
That's
bomb
true.
squad having those nighttime meetings while we slept. I think that's why.
That's true.
If they're getting a lot of good footage in the middle of the night, they'll let them sleep during the day.
Yeah, because they actually had.
I still believe it.
They had 2 shifts of entertainment on 16: night shift of entertainment and day shift of entertainment.
Yeah. We kind of entertained them a different way, and then they gave them all that gaming stuff once we went to bed.
And they just played pool and did weird things, I think, all night, too. I don't even know if some of it was like, I don't know, the live feeders were happy, that's for sure.
Yeah. I imagine there was a lot of game. I imagine there was a lot of gaming once we went. I was the first day I was looking for like a Immunity Idol, even though it's not Survivor. I was like looking through things, and then Derek had said the next day he stayed up all night just hanging out in the backyard. I'm like, I bet he was looking for something too.
Yeah.
So speaking of that, now that all this is over and it's been over for a little bit, would you do like another Big Brother, or would you rather do like a Survivor or Amazing Race type thing, or would you do anything?
I would. Me wanting to do, I would love to do Big Brother again and have a shot like Nicole to win. but it is a long season.
Yep.
My parents are older. My daddy's 82, fixing to be 83. He's got a little bit of some health issues.
Yep.
So, if he was doing better, I would do it. But if he wasn't, because Frankie's grandfather passed away, Derek's grandfather passed away while we were gone a long time.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll never get that summer back. I still find out stuff. Someone said, Mr. Washington, our science teacher, died. I'm like, no, he didn't. They like, yeah, he died a long time. We missed a whole summer.
Mm-hmm.
The NBA playoffs was going on, and they said you will not know who wins. So I was playing the game even before we was playing the game. That 6 days I was in a hotel room, I was like, man, I want to know who won the NBA playoffs. So I kept asking the handlers, and no one would tell me. Finally, this one fellow was sitting beside of me reading a magazine, and I said, how about those Spurs? He said, I can't believe they pulled it off. And I'm like,
That's so funny.
Yeah, it's awesome. That's funny.
I was so craving anything. Like when we had interviews before we went in the house, I remember this lady that interviewed me. She thought I had went out the door, and she looked at her cameraman. She said, so we got 19 more of these. So I'm like, oh, my Lord, there's going to be 20 of us. I didn't think about alternates. I was like, ooh, there's going to be 20 people this year. And then someone had turned a piece of paper over. I must have said something they wanted to write down. They turned a piece of paper over, and I seen Nashville, Tennessee. I'm like, somebody's from Nashville, and it must have been Amber.
Mm-hmm.
None of that information helped me, but I was looking for everything.
Right.
Yeah, when you're deprived of information, you really try to find anything you can. It's something crazy when you're put in those situations. So are you single now? Are you still single?
Oh, Lord, yeah, that's the best way to be.
So what would be your ideal woman? Let's say there's a woman now listening. I mean, there's several. I think most of our listeners are females, to be honest. So you might have a good chance, honestly. So if you're putting together your dating profile, what's your ideal woman?
Well, I'd want someone that'd like to come over and watch some reality TV shows, and then we wouldn't even talk what was going on unless it went for a commercial. They'd have to like Survivor and Big Brother and some of the Real Housewives and maybe Vanderpump Rules and. Yeah, we would do a lot of sitting on the couch, but we wouldn't be talking. We would be watching TV.
Okay, that sounds chill. That sounds relaxed.
Yeah.
Well, Donny, we really appreciate you.
Well, and we have some questions.
We do. Okay.
Yeah. So
Go
before
ahead.
I got you on, I hurried up and put on my story that you were going to be on. So let's see.
So we have some questions for you, Donny.
Sure, no problem. I'm enjoying this.
Okay. So let's see. Do you still eat a Pop-Tart for breakfast every morning?
No, not every morning. Like maybe on the weekends. I do go to work. I get up at 5:30 and I have to be there by 6:30. So I like cereal. It seems to hold me better. If you eat a Pop-Tart, I seem to get hungry before lunch. So I'll on special occasions I eat Pop-Tarts, but most of the time it's just quick cereal. It holds me better.
That's a great answer.
What flavor cereal?
Cereal? I just eat Frosted Flakes. Frosted Flakes.
Classic.
Yeah. Sometimes I might get a little excited and throw some apples or raisins in there.
How has your life changed the most since the Big Brother house?
Changed the most? Let's see. It's really about the same. I mean, it really. I live a simple life. I've lived alone all my life since I left my parents when I was 21. So.
But you do go to all the charity events and stuff still, right?
Well, I did. I went to I never in my life been on an airplane. Never until they sent me out there for casting. Mm-hmm. That was airplane ride number 1. Now I have been on 62 airplanes. I've been counting 62. So I've went a lot of places. Went to Canada 4 times. Done a lot of things. But last year I only went 1 time because I was having some health issues myself.
Okay.
I've had 2 surgeries since Big Brother.
Oh, wow.
And then I'm going to have another one next Wednesday.
Well, we wish you the best.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I appreciate it. I do appreciate it.
How about favorite moment from BB16 that wasn't aired? I don't know. That'd be kind of hard to answer because we don't know what was really. Did you watch our season back?
Oh, I've watched it twice.
Okay.
The first time I watched it, I didn't want to watch it in the beginning because I was like, I ain't going to watch it. I know who won. What's the use? But then about 3 months later, I guess it was a little bit after Christmas, I'm like, I missed Big Brother this summer. I want to see it.
Yeah.
And when I started watching it, it wasn't like what I remembered. It wasn't like that was me. It was like that was a character. It was like, whoa, this character, he's an underdog. These other characters are great characters. I watched it through and through. And then later on, I was like, well, my brain wasn't in a good place to watch it, so I'll watch it again. And then you can always pick up on different things when you watch it. I'd like to even watch it again. Maybe next week after my surgery, I have plenty of time. I'll watch it again.
I haven't still watched it.
Neither have I. Our season.
It is amazing, though. It is amazing. It's good television. Yeah. The way they take the things that we've done. My brother even copied a lot of those After Darks. I only watched like the first 11. They were so boring. After watching the edited version and they spiced it up, and like when I was riding that horse, I was so slow. They would put in music like doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo. It was just amazing.
That's funny.
I can't really think of a memory that like really sticks out. I mean, if I thought about it long enough, but there was one night. This wasn't such great. People always talked about how did you sleep. One night they was chasing, Cody was chasing Brittany, and when I was growed up, if someone slept, you tiptoed and whispered. They chased her across the bed that I was sleeping in. I was in the rock room, and she comes squealing down the hall, and they jumped over me and just kept on running.
Yeah, all those beds were like lined up, like so you could run across them.
I didn't like sleeping there because it was so light. The light never went off because of the hallway. I liked the fire room because it would get dark.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it was really dark in there. Okay, and so would you do Big Brother All Stars?
Like I said, if they could do one like celebrity version, where it's like faster. 28 or 29 days, I'd jump on that in a heartbeat, But 100 days now, that's a big deal. So I'd really have to evaluate how everybody's doing, how I'm doing, and it would take more thought. I would want to do it, but if it was offered, I'd really have to think about it. And
if they said, when we see you in town, is it okay when we see him in town, is it okay with him? Are you okay with people coming? Oh my gosh, this is so confusing. Hold on.
You want me to read it? You want me to read it?
Yeah, it's that Tris one.
When we see him in town, is he okay with us coming up to him? I always see him, but don't.
Oh, you read it fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. I'm thinking this past weekend, did anybody... it's almost weekly. It used to be all the time, but someone will say, Archie, that guy that was on Big Brother, or, it was last week. Oh, okay. Since I work at the college, I delivered some stuff to this one room, and this teacher said, come here, Donny. And I stepped into the room, and, there was all these grown kids looking at me. She says, does anybody know who this is? And this one girl says, that's Donny. So, she wouldn't have normally walked up to me or something, but since her teacher asked, she knew who I was.
Yeah, I feel like we got a pretty good update on Donny Thompson and what he's been up to.
Yep,
lots of fun.
No,
hey,
so
Victor, I enjoyed watching you on the challenge. I watch all those shows. I watched Big Brother 18. I watched The Amazing Race when y'all was on it. I've watched all the Amazing Races since Big Brother 16. Since I was going to be on it, I wanted to watch it and see what it was like. And
it's actually pretty entertaining.
Like fun.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun. Me and Nicole, we're still bitter. I practice rowing on the rower now.
It's
because just for the exercise facet of it, but sometimes it'll give me flashbacks, and I'm like, I hate this.
mistake.
$1 million
but just
mistake.
getting to go and experience all those places was worth it.
I'm happy that we actually got to go to every country, because we could have easily been out, earlier and not got to experience everything that we did get to experience.
Sure.
So. Yeah. And at the end of the day, only one team won anyway, so it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, you might not have got a shot of it, but only one team won. So
right. So.
And we're from Michigan, now. Well, I'm now
Yeah.
from Michigan, so we didn't miss out anything in Michigan.
When it ended in Detroit, though, I was like, oh, that'd been so cool in your like home state.
But it was kind of bittersweet because it's like, oh, we didn't get to play there. But now we got to leave the night that we all got back because we live in Michigan.
Yeah.
Everybody else had to wait till the next day to fly home to, whatever.
Yeah.
And so, it is what it is.
And it was some stiff competition.
It was. We played against
extreme.
we played
the
against
Amazing Race people. Yeah.
Exactly. Best of the best.
The
We're in the
cream
top.
of the crop they pick. They don't just pick like people who raced before. They pick like top 3 teams.
Yeah.
Hey, they were amazing. They were amazing. Yeah, they were very athletic, very smart. They had done it before. They had the learning curve, but it almost seemed unfair. But
we hung in there.
Yeah, I would like to see like some survivors play Big Brother.
Oh yeah, we loved Chris and Brett.
Chris and Brett were
awesome.
awesome.
Oh my gosh, I love those guys so much.
Yeah,
I've
met both of them. They're lots of fun.
They'd be Brett would be so good on Big Brother.
Yeah, he would.
He would. Yeah.
I wish they would do a crossover season. That'd be really fun. Like of everything, like Big Brother takes over Survivor, Survivor takes over Big Brother.
Yeah, here's what I've thought for many years. MTV is a genius because of the Real World and the Road Rules and some of the Fresh Meat and some other shows now. They are capitalizing on that because people watch these original people on their seasons and they crave seeing them again. It's like, man, I'd like to see Nicole again. I'd like to see Victor again. Then they put them on the challenge where they can see them again, so they get all that viewership. CBS ought to take, and this is nothing against Amazing Race. It just seems like it's fallen off. They used to have 2 a year. Now it's like 1 every 2 years. I think they ought to take Amazing Race people, Big Brother people, and Survivor people and put them on the Amazing Race. It would help their ratings because people crave to see these people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's true.
Have that be like the stepping stone. Like you have to do something else to get to the Amazing Race.
Even if they did some type of reunion show or something, I think that would get a lot of
it would be wonderful.
Yeah.
Before the season starts, before the current season starts, they would have a reunion like with the following season. It would be a little bit of drama. It would get people back in the mode to want to see it again.
Exactly. That's true, Donny. You're onto something there.
Yeah.
It wouldn't even be expensive,
right.
They could do it in New York instead of fly everybody to California, because most people are on the East Coast. They could just have a camera person and have one person to interview, and fans could send in the questions. And I would crave to know what someone's doing from last year, or if someone's still fighting, or if someone's still together, and what was their outcome when they saw themselves. It would be just good to know, and it'd be a cheap show.
Well, you know what, Donnie? Maybe you should write a letter. Write a letter to CBS, Viacom, and just see what they say.
No, well, this podcasting is kind of like we can do this as like an after show.
Yeah,
because people don't know, Donnie. They haven't talked to you or heard about you for a long time, right? So people are gonna.
That's right.
They want to know what you're up to and all that. So I was like, we definitely got to get Donnie on the show.
Well, I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. Yeah, it's been lots of fun. I usually do, while the Big Brother season is going on, I usually try to hit, one podcast for everybody that asks me, because I don't have a computer, so I have to go to my brother's house. But it is fun to get out there and talk about Big Brother again, because we know what was going on. We know what goes on. People say, what goes on in the diary room? What's slop like? Unlike this past season, we knew what slop was like. I ate slop right before they voted me out the door, because I thought for a second they was going to keep me. I was like, man, I got to eat some. And then it was that slip and slide, and I was thinking, God, they didn't keep me, because I couldn't handle that.
You never know. You might have won.
Nah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Donnie, for being on the show. We really appreciate you, and we wish you the best moving forward.
Yeah. Good luck with your surgery.
Thank you so much.
I'll check on you next week.
Oh, and don't forget to send Nicole that cat video.
Yeah.
All right. I'll do that just in a little bit. I appreciate y'all having me on, and I have enjoyed talking to both of you, but especially you, Nicole. I think of you often, and I think, well, I'd like to talk to her. I'm like, well, I hate to bother her.
Oh, you never bother me. Give me a call, text me, whatever you want to do. I miss you.
10-4. I wish we could all get together. They talked about it one time, like, let's all get together, but it's hard to get 16 people together. But
that's true.
Maybe one day.
Yes, for sure. I hope so.
All right. Hey, I'll have to come to y'all's wedding.
Oh yeah, you do. We haven't even sent out save the dates or anything. I'm going to get your address.
Alrighty.
Okay, sounds good. Talk to you
right.
later.
Bye-bye.
All right. Thank y'all. You have a great day.
Yep, bye.
Bye.
We hope you enjoyed that conversation with Donny, the little catch-up we did.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Did I?
Yes, you did.
Catch-up?
So this Weird or Normal, and Nicole...
Oh, you're doing the Weird or Normal. I'll put the book down.
Yeah, put the book down.
Okay.
Because yesterday, I was sitting at the kitchen table, laissez-faire, minding my own business, very la-di-da, right? And I'm eating, and I look back, and Nicole, because we're about to eat. I think we're about to eat or something like that, but I'm sitting at the kitchen table, and she's like, oh, I want to drink some pop. It's a Midwestern thing. She's going to drink soda.
Pop.
Yeah.
Diet ginger ale.
I don't know when she started. Who drinks ginger ale? That's for one.
It's classy, people.
Okay. Two. That's two. One of them is drinking ginger ale just straight up ginger ale? Is that weird or normal?
That's so normal.
That is very weird.
I will admit, though, I didn't start drinking ginger ale until my old age of like 26.
It's like so for me.
It settles your stomach.
Yeah, exactly. That's weird. I feel like because I don't do it, but people drink ginger ale as a mixture with their drink. Mm-hmm. It's not like a standalone drink. It's like drinking tonic water, right?
I don't think it's that. I think drinking tonic water is weird. But is that just like bubbly? Mm-hmm. I like bubbly.
It's like bubbly water.
Okay, well, I love bubbly.
It's like gassed water, but I don't understand it. Anyway.
So my philosophy is to drink clear pops that are diet. If you're going to drink pop, which I don't like to drink pop, but if I am going to splurge, like Diet Squirt's my number one. Diet Ruby Red is awesome.
Also, never heard of Squirt before I moved up here. Another completely weird thing up here is they have Squirt is a soda and Diet
I think
Squirt.
The clearer the pop, the better it is for you. And that's just how I feel.
Okay, so now...
I don't like caffeine in my pop. There we go. That's kind of why I stick to the clears.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So then moving on. So Nicole says, I want some pop, right? So she pulls out the ginger ale. And mind you, this is a 2-liter, right? So it's the big one, right? It's not, we didn't just have the little bottle, which is normal, right? If you're going to have soda at your house, you're going to have the 2-liter, right? It's more convenient, it costs less, whatever. So she pulls it out of the fridge and she has her glass. And then she takes the cap off and like some tyrant or some... I don't know. I don't even have a word for it.
No, I don't drink out of the 2-liter. That's what everybody's thinking.
No, she does. She doesn't drink out of a 2-liter. She just grabs the 2-liter with one hand to pour it in her glass. So she crinkles the cylinder bottle and she flattens it out into like a taco. And then she pours it into her cup. And I look at her and I was like, what the heck are you doing? She's like, what? And I was like, normal people use 2 hands to pour a 2-liter. My entire life, I've been using 2 hands to pour 2-liter into, and not just because that's the normal thing to do, but just like, you're more apt to spill it, drop it, everything. The balance, like a brand new full 2-liter.
I have very small hands, too.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I was just looking at her and I was like, what are you?
I just cracked up laughing when he called me out because I'm like, yeah, why am I doing this? This is so bad. But this is like when I said before, I put myself in the worst situations. Like, I will balance something on top of a water bottle and try to run and hurry and do something. Like, oh, it's fine. Like, I try to do the weirdest things, like balancing things that shouldn't be balanced, setting things on things that are not level.
We're still in January, and...
I haven't broken anything.
Yes, you did.
I did?
Yeah. You remember the candle in the bathroom?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So we didn't even get like a few days into the new year, and I hear a shatter, and I walk over there. She's like, yep, I already did it in the new year.
And another thing I do is, like, if I'm carrying stuff... First off, if I drop something very heavy, like let's say a Yankee candle, I stick my foot out to stop it. And I'm just like, why am I doing that? I'm going to break my foot. But instead of dropping like my car keys, I'll choose to drop the Yankee candle. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm worried about when I have a kid and it's like I have a kid in my hand and da-da-da. Like, how do I know?
Trust me, I don't think that will be a problem.
I know, but I'm saying my mind doesn't already work right. I drop things that are glass.
Or she'll put this is what baffles me. She'll have a glass of water, let's say, and she'll want to sit that glass of water on a rounded edge, like the sofa, the arm of the sofa. She'll want to sit it there to go do something or move. And
That's
I'm like, what are you
about.
doing?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Just put it, we have a coffee table.
Right.
Flat surface. But anyway.
I don't know what it is about me. I think I kind of like that risk. I don't know.
Well, I think.
Not really, because I hate the cleanup.
I'm completely overcautious about those things, and I'd rather just take the extra second and be safe about it than it'd be bad. But anyway, back to our original point. Is it weird or is it normal to grab a 2-liter with one hand and pour yourself a glass, and just crinkle the whole thing?
Don't attempt this at home, people.
No, you are more apt to spill things, and it's hard to balance.
But there was a little bit out of the 2-liter. If it was a full 2-liter, I think it's impossible to grab it with one hand.
For some, I don't know
why.
I
will try it.
Exactly. I don't know why in me I believe that you would try to do it anyway.
Oh, man. It was funny.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, how about you got a Spanish word of the day for me? Because I'm 100% in the new year, and I want to keep that up. Actually, I don't want to ruin it. So, thank you all so much for listening.
I do have a Spanish word of the day. Okay? Are you ready? This one's so easy. You're going to get it.
Stop.
The Spanish word of the day is palabra. Palabra.
Palabra.
Palabra. Palabra. No, palabra.
Huh.
Palabra.
I've never heard that word before.
It's a tough word.
It's a tough word in English?
No, it's not a tough word in English. It's just a tough word.
Say it one more time.
Palabra.
Problem?
No.
No, that's problemo.
Problema, yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to think of the whole... Does it have something to do with the spill feature that we just talked about?
No.
I want to say lamp.
Spanish word of the day. Palabra. Spanish word of the day.
Is that what it means? A Spanish word of the day?
Word.
Really? That's a long word for word.
Palabra. Yeah.
Palabra.
Palabra means word.
Wow, that was tricky. See, you guys, he can't let me win for long.
What do you mean?
That was weird. You could have done something like spill, pop, glass.
You want to know how to say? You want to know how to say soda in Spanish?
Pop, no.
Soda.
Oh, soda. Probably would have got it wrong.
Soda.
Probably would have said sofa.
Coca-Cola. Did you get that one?
Hot dog.
Coca-Cola. So this is funny. Hamburguesa. So, hamburger. So, saying no, right? Saying no in Spanish is no.
No.
Not no.
No.
But
so it's more stern.
It's, no.
No.
But
can you say no?
we get to now, one of our favorite parts is because we appreciate you. It's us reading the reviews that you guys leave us because we think it's very kind of you and it's very important that we acknowledge you guys for being so awesome. So take it away, babe.
This one is called Simply Adorable by NJM65. 5 stars. Nicole and Victor have such a fun podcast. I've loved them since Big BB. The way they banter back and forth and the great guests they have on make the show go by too quickly. I think they do a fantastic job when they interview their guests. It seems like they always ask the questions I'm wanting to hear. Love the Weird and Normal and Spanish Word of the Day segments at the end as well. Keep up the great work. Thank you.
Thank you. That was very sweet.
That was sweet.
Yeah, it was. And I have Lux of Lynn. Love the real life moments. 5 stars. I love how this podcast is a glimpse into the daily life of Nick and Vic. From listening to you guys hang out with your guests to Nicole overboiling water on the stove and Victor's commentary
that stayed in last episode
on it.
I think I tried. I said edit that out. Crapola.
I love it all. Such authentically funny, sweet people.
Oh my gosh. That's funny.
That is funny.
I didn't know that made it to last week's episode.
Before I get to the closeout, we got some new merchandise today if you want to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so I said that last week it was up. Well, because of the snowstorm that we were talking about, I didn't get a chance to run into town to grab them in time. So now we have long sleeve shirts back. We have them in black and we have them in they were supposed to all be in black, but
now we have green
and
blue.
You know that the green that was like limited stock? They gave them to me in small and mediums. Then I got black and large and extra large. So I'm confused by it, but it's a very cool color and it's popular. So I'm not going to say anything.
We're going to run with it.
Yeah, and we also got the logo is like white and red instead of the blue, so it kind of pops more.
Yeah,
we
I like
got blue and we got gray. that are kind of like they're unisex. So
they'll be up on the site. You'll be able to see them. So we got those today, and Nicole was really excited about it. I was too. But guys, don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. The easiest way is on the little purple app on your phone, or just go to Apple Podcasts. You can listen to anywhere. You can listen to this anywhere you listen to podcasts. Apple, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher. You can always go to www.cococaliente.com.
Podcast.com.
cococalientepodcast.com.
Now we have a really cool thing on our website. If you hear any advertisements that you say you're driving, you can't write things down. I don't remember. I'm like, I'll remember that name. I rhyme it with something. I can't freaking remember what the company is. Go to our website. There's a whole entire page. My assistant did an amazing job. You click on the icon of the company that you're looking for, and it'll pull up the discount for you.
Yeah.
It'll tell you the code right there, what you need to type in, or if it's just like click discount.
I completely forgot about that.
So it's super. I mean, I was like, oh my gosh.
Makes it convenient.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can listen to the podcast right there on the website, cococalientepodcast.com, and you can buy our merchandise and also check out the discounts that we have for you with our advertisers. Don't forget to follow us at Coco Caliente Pod on Twitter and at Coco Caliente Podcast on Instagram. Thank you guys so much. We hope you guys enjoyed.
Thank you.